9 to 12 is NEP, known as National Education Policy.
Honorable members, Speaker is here.
Good morning to all. I hope today's session will be a fruitful one. Let's begin this session with question hour. Question number 101, Ms. Mithilesh Yadav ji, please.
Speaker Madam, question 101. My question to the Railway Minister is, what are the reasons for so many train derailment incidents happening in India? In the past 3 months, there have been over 3 derailment incidents which caused the death of more than 100 people.
This government will see that many trains were derailed. This government will शांति बनाए रखे. Kindly maintain the decorum of the House.
Will the Railway Minister answer this question and address this issue in the House and tell us about the steps taken by the government to ensure that no such incidents happens in future?
Mananiya Railway Minister, please.
Respected Speaker Madam, we are with grieved families. Government has promised to give 5 lakh rupees to the family members who lost their lives. With your permission, I'll bring in notice that government has initiated the establishment of Rashtriya Rail Suraksha Kosh. It is a safety fund for critical assets. It has a fund over rupees 1 lakh crore over a period of 5 years for critical safety related works such as track renewals, signaling projects, etc. It also includes bogey mounted orbit system and coverage, which is an indigenous developed automatic train protection.
Order. Question hour is over. A new bill number 978 A and B is proposed to present in the House. Honorable Education Minister may proceed the bill.
Honorable Speaker Madam, with your permission, I would like to raise a bill number 978 A and B on the changes in education system in India with introduction of new education policy.
Now the members may please proceed the bill.
आदरणीय मैडम, छत पर मत चढ़, खटपट मत कर, ऐसी शिक्षा जो सालों साल से चलती आ रही है, जिन्होंने बच्चों को कभी कुछ करने के लिए प्रेरित नहीं किया, आज उसे बदलने का समय आ गया है। क्योंकि कोई रचेगा कविता, कोई बुनेगा गीत, कोई खेलेगा मैदान में, मैदान लेगा जीत। बच्चों पर न होगा दंडों का साया, नई शिक्षा नीति ने बच्चों को लुभाया। Members of the House, the new education policy will change the education system significantly. It is designed to meet the needs of 21st century. The NEP integrates early childhood care and education with formal schooling, replacing the tradition 10+2 structure with a model 5+3+4. The policy promotes educational in regional language up to class 5.
Silence please. Honorable Prime Minister ji.
Mahodaya, in this, I would like to add that NEP aims to make schooling available for all, with different provisions for the disabled and disadvantaged groups. It also promotes the multidisciplinary bachelor's degree, a flexible 4 years undergraduate program with multiple exit points such as certificate, degree and diploma. It also discontinues MPhil and promotes a Higher Education Commission of India which will manage the higher education in the country.
Now the House is open for further discussion. Yes, opposition party leader.
Mananiya Speaker, I think the central point is that the education system is for our students and it is run by teachers. So the policy should be made with the involvement of its stakeholders. It has to come with conversations of its students, teachers and professors, but unfortunately this is not done. Second point is that too much of centralization of power is doing that our education system. जो हमारा एजुकेशन सिस्टम है उसमें हमें जो बच्चों को देना चाहिए हम दे ही नहीं पा रहे हैं। मैंने हजारों बच्चों से पूछा, वो सिर्फ डॉक्टर, इंजीनियर, सीए बनना चाहते हैं। मतलब हमारा सिस्टम बच्चों को सिर्फ 5 काम बता रहा है। ये कितना बड़ा झूठ है। हम अपने बच्चों को विजन ही नहीं दे पा रहे हैं। नई शिक्षा नीति भी कोई रास्ता नहीं दिखा रही है। ये इमेजिनेशन को मानने का सिस्टम है।
I would like to enlighten the Honorable Parliament that in August itself I have written to all the parliamentaries to give their view for this policy. We have discussed many youth organizations, renewed educationalists, UNESCO, various NGOs, state governments as well as Gram Panchayat. We also have uploaded citizen suggestions portal in government.in. लेकिन क्या करें, इन लोगों की तो मजबूरी है कि अगर अच्छे काम की प्रशंसा कर देंगे तो इनकी कुर्सी खतरे में पड़ जाएगी। इसलिए मैं उनसे अनुरोध करती हूँ कि सभी पूर्वाग्रहों को छोड़कर एक बार फिर से इस बिल को पढ़ें।
Yes.
Honorable Speaker, Madam, according to this news, एक कमरों के सरकारी स्कूल, न पीने को पानी, न टॉयलेट की व्यवस्था है, छत भी टपक रही है। Our education minister is talking about availability of education for each child. But as per the unified digital information about education, there is 265 million students enrolled in schools across India, out of which more than 3.65 million students have stopped attending schools after 10th in the academic year 2022-23. And do you know the reason why? The reason is lack of basic facilities in school. How funny is that? Our Shiksha Mantri ji is talking about education for all. Uchi dukaan, theeke dukaan. Answer this and how will you make it possible? I strongly oppose this. Order, order.
Education Minister ji, please reply. Yes, Finance Minister.
Speaker Madam, as you know, our government is very much concerned about our youth as they are the future of our nation. This year we have allocated 1.48 crore rupees for the development of youth through skills, education and training. This fund will help in increasing the facilities in school. Government has also decided to provide loan to the students for higher education at 0% interest. Madam ji, for the first time, rupees 100 crore are reserved for Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya. New teachers training program to address 1.2 million teachers for better education. 100 crores are reserved for virtual classroom. Total 43,554 crores are allocated only for school education.
Yes, member from Rajasthan.
मैडम जी, दिस गवर्नमेंट इज अ इवेंट मैनेजर कंपनी जो हर काम को प्रोपेगेंडा बना देती है। This government does not want to give education to all. That's why NEP is emphasizing the involvement of a private sector in education, which may lead to the increase in cost and exclusion of a disadvantaged students. The involvement of a private sector will make the education very expensive. देश के गरीबों और पिछड़े समुदाय का क्या होगा?
Silence. Ji Mantri ji, reply.
Madam Speaker, our government has decided upon establishing various special education zones in which priorities are to be given to students upon admission, not only in their junior years, but also during their higher educations. Our government has decided upon opening various IITs, IIMs, degree colleges and medical colleges, which will run under public-private partnership. I have resources on page number 102 from para 3 to para 7.
Yes, Manu. Thank you, Honorable Ma'am. The main target of the policy is to promote Hindi language and which would lead to the discrimination of regional languages. It would increase discrimination with the children of non-Hindi speaking states. I strongly oppose it. माननीय members, सदन की गरिमा बनाए रखें. Yes.
understood as usual. Honorable Ma'am, this is the first time that the students can study in their regional language up to primary class. Our intention is not to impose any languages, whereas we would like to promote students to learn as many languages as they can. ये शिक्षा नीति एक महान भारत की रचना करने में मील का पत्थर साबित होगी, क्योंकि कोई भी देश कल कारखानों से, मकानों से नहीं बनता है। देश उसके नागरिकों से बनता है, उसकी संस्कृति व संस्कारों से बनता है।
I'm strongly in support of this.
Yes, please share your views.
Sir ji. Oh, sorry, Madam ji. How this policy will address the issue of students' mental health?
Yes, please.
Thank you, Honorable Ma'am. Respected members, of course, this policy includes provisions for mental health education, and a support system is being developed in schools to ensure the mental well-being of students. It is mandatory for all schools to have school counselor and a doctor to look after the mental health of children. Every school should have basic facilities for children with special needs. Yoga and sports are the integral part of this policy, which will keep our children healthy and fit.
Any more questions? Yes, you can share your views.
I strongly oppose that. Today I want to show the harsh reality of this government. Do you all remember the date 4th June 2024? Of course, you will. Because this date changed the life of many students. क्योंकि इस दिन हुआ था दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी एग्जाम के साथ स्कैम, नीट स्कैम। आपके राज्य में आए दिन कोई ना कोई पेपर लीक हो जाता है, या फिर एक पेपर लीक होने के कारण एग्जाम कैंसिल हो जाती है। आप एक एग्जाम को ढंग से कंडक्ट नहीं करवा सकते और बात कर रहे हैं आप एनईपी से क्रांति लाएंगे।
माननीय सदस्य, सदन की गरिमा बनाए रखें। अभी हम एनईपी पर बात कर रहे हैं, कृपया मुद्दे पर रहें।
मैडम स्पीकर जी, यही तो सबसे बड़ा मुद्दा है। People don't have faith in this government. They are just making use of money and promoting business.
Minister, please.
Speaker Madam, the introduction of a unified entrance exam like the CUET aims to streamline admissions across diverse universities, ensuring fairness and transparency. Any initial hiccup in the results should not overshadow the long-term benefits of a standardized testing process. Government is taking all possible measures to ensure that such an incident will not happen in future.
Order. Member from UP, please.
Speaker Madam G, unemployment is a serious problem in India. A large number of students who have cleared IITs are unable to find jobs and are forced to migrate to other countries. Does this NEP have any provisions to increase the chances of employability for highly qualified students?
Mantri ji, please reply.
Madam G, through you, I would like to inform the House that government has tied up with various companies of different countries to open their companies in India. Finance Ministry, with collaboration with Foreign Ministry, became successful to bring out direct foreign investment for the establishment of many companies and industries, which will increase job opportunities for highly qualified students.
Yes, share your views.
Madam Ji, among the this many universities, not a single university stand among the top 100 universities of the world. जहाँ हमारे पास IIT, NIT जैसे सर्व शिक्षा संस्थान है, लेकिन गरीबों के हाथ में तो हमने सर्व शिक्षा अभियान को चुनचुना पकड़ा दिया है। हमारी शिक्षा नीति सिर्फ दो तरह के लोगों के लिए है, पहले है विद्वान, दूसरे है जो है धनवान।
शांति बनाए रखें। Yes.
Speaker Madam, education is something that cannot be taxed. It cannot be stolen. The more you spend, the more it becomes. The more you share, the more it expands. कश्तियों को बदलने की जरूरत नहीं होती, सिर्फ दिशाओं को बदलने से ही किनारे अपने आप बदल जाते हैं। अभी तक शिक्षा दिशा विहीन थी, सिर्फ कागजी काम हो रहे थे। मैकाले के एजुकेशन सिस्टम और पिछले सरकारों के निराशापूर्ण कार्यों ने हमारी शिक्षा का बंटा धार कर दिया था। अब समय आ गया है आमूल चूल परिवर्तन करने का। आइए इस पवित्र कार्य में हम सब मिलजुल कर भाग लें और देश को विश्व गुरु बना दें। सफर में धूप तो होगी, तुम चल सको तो चलो। सफर में धूप तो होगी, तुम चल सको तो चलो। सभी हैं भीड़ में, तुम निकल सको तो चलो। राहें कहाँ किसी के लिए बदलती हैं, तुम अपने आप को बदल सको तो चलो। तुम अपने आप को बदल सको तो चलो।
Order, order. Now the bill is put for vote. Those who are in favor say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. No. I think I have it. I have it. I have it. The bill is passed from Lok Sabha. The House is adjourned till tomorrow.
Honorable members, I cordially welcome you all to the National Youth Parliament session, and I hope this session will be fruitful. We begin today's session with oath or affirmation of newly elected members. Secretary General, please.
The newly elected member of the Parliament, Srimati Dia Ramlani, Member of Parliament from the constituency. Do you want to take an oath or affirmation?
Oath, please.
In which language do you want to take the oath?
In English, please.
I,
Dia Ramlani have been elected as a member of Lower House in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance and that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of my country and that I will faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter.
The motion to be moved by Education Minister. Madam Speaker, may I have the attention and I move that the national education policy be taken into consideration. The motion that the National Education Policy 2020 be taken into consideration is now open for the debate. Madam, it gives me a great pleasure to present the National Education Policy 2020 before this House. The NEP 2020 is a landmark reform in the education sector that will transform in our country. Now we will move ahead with the question R. The question to be raised by opposition party.
Madam Speaker, may I have the permission to speak?
Yes, permission granted.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, Madam. As we have heard that, I would like to ask, will the Minister of State Education be pleased to state the arrangements of new National Education Policy 2020-2024? What is the NEP method of teaching and how feasible is the implementation of NEP across diverse and resource variable regions of India?
Madam Speaker, may I have the permission to speak? Permission granted. I'd first like to say that the purpose of education is to grant knowledge and make good human beings with skills and expertise. And as you asked about the arrangements, we have integrated programs and we have formulated this policy by consultations of 2 lakh gram panchayats and 6,600 blocks with landscape. Being a learner-centric approach, we have constituted and constructed this policy into a 5+3+3+4 program, giving students early childhood education and vocational learning. And since it seems that you've got a PhD in ignoring the details, let me tell you and let me break it down for you that the methods of teaching. We've introduced a 4-year integrated program for teachers so that they can advance themselves with more exposure and internships before their career. Teacher eligibility test, encouraging sharing teachers to address the shortage of students and teachers and continuous professional development. Permission granted to Archie. With reference to your questionable point on implementation across regional resource variable regions in India, I state 4 pillars of the National Education Policy. First, decentralization implementation, collaborative efforts between central and state government for synchronized execution. Second, inclusive education, focusing on regional and financial support to the disadvantaged students. Third, teacher training, establishment of professional development programs to supporting the teachers. Fourth, monitoring framework, progress track through themes like learner-centric education and digital learning. In the end, I would like to conclude by saying, विद्या वो प्रकाश है जो अंधकार को मिटा दे, विद्या वो प्रकाश है जो अंधकार को मिटा दे, संघर्ष में भी राह दिखा दे, संघर्ष में भी राह दिखा दे. Now I would like to call Prime Minister for his speech.
I, the Prime Minister of India, would like to say, education is something that cannot be stolen, cannot be taxed. The more you spend, the more it becomes. The more you share, the more it expands. कश्तियों को बदलने की जरूरत नहीं होती, कश्तियों को बदलने की जरूरत नहीं होती, केवल दिशा बदलने से किनारे अपने आप बदल जाते हैं, केवल दिशा बदलने से किनारे अपने आप बदल जाते हैं. Education is fundamental to gain potential and it is a right of every individual born in this country. We want to introduce a new education policy which aims to change the education employment scenario in the country. We want to make education and employment centric to all. There will be a 5+3+3+4 education system in which students will spend 5 years in strengthening their foundation, 3 years in their primary stage, 3 years in their middle stage and 3 years in their secondary stage. To reduce stress, we'll train the nursery teachers by counselors so that analyze stress and understand the difficulties the students are facing. The NEP is based on 4 pillars. First, access. Second, equity. Third, quality. And fourth, accountability. It provides major reforms like 50% gross enrollment ratio, increase in the GDP rate. There will be flexibility of subject holistic development. We'll try to encourage regional language by 2035. Till date, we're focusing on what to think in our education policy. But in the NEP, we are focusing on how to think. At last, I'd like to say, शिक्षा का उद्देश्य तथ्यों को सीखना नहीं होता है, बल्कि शिक्षा का मुख्य दिमाग को प्रशिक्षित करना होता है। आखिरी में मैं यही कहना चाहूंगा, सबका साथ, सबका विकास, सबका विश्वास और सबका प्रयास हमारे हर लक्ष्य को प्राप्त करने के लिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है।
Permission granted to Yoga.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, will the Finance Minister will be pleased to state that how even the allocated budget is not fully utilized, indicating poor implementation strategies and lack of accountability in fund management.
The people of India have reposed their faith in the government led by our Honorable Prime Minister and re-elected it for a historic third term under his leadership. We are grateful for the faith and trust in our policies. We are determined to ensure that all the Indians, regardless of their religion, caste, gender and age, make substantial progress in accomplishing their life goals and aspirations. We must not even for a moment forget that it is the birthright of every individual to get at least the basic education. Permission granted to Darshan.
The global economy, which is performing better than expected, is still the grip of policy uncertainties. Elevated asset prices, political uncertainties, and shipping disruptions continue to pose significant downside to risk for growth and upside risk to inflation. In the context, India's economic growth continues to be the shining exception and will remain so in the years ahead. India's inflation continues to be slow, stable, and moving towards the 4% target. Core inflation, non-food, non-fuel, currently is 3.1%. Steps are being taken to ensure supplies of this demand.
Permission granted to Darshan.
Madam Speaker, will the Finance Minister please state about inclusivity and equity? Does the NEP adequately address the issues about inclusivity and equity, and particularly for disadvantaged communities?
Administrative actions for the approval and implementation of various schemes announced in this budget are well underway. The required allocations have been made. Turning attention to the full year and beyond, in this budget, I have made a provision of 1.48 lakh crore for education, employment, skilling, MSMEs and the middle class. This year we are focusing on the employment and skilling for the youth who have not been able to be privileged under any government scheme or policies. I am happy to announce a financial support of 10 lakh crores for every student in the domestic institutions. E-vouchers for this purpose will be provided to 1 lakh students every year with an interest remuneration of 3% interest on this loan amount. At last, I would like to conclude with an investment made in education pays the best interest.
Madam Speaker, will the member of Favour Party be pleased to state the concern of having limited global competitiveness due to emphasizing on regional language that may hinder students' proficiency in English, which is crucial for global opportunities in higher education and employment, potentially isolating them into international job markets.
Permission granted to Rukaiya.
The national education policy keeps the mother tongue as the medium of instruction till class 5, but while instructing till class 5,
Permission granted to Anushka. I have a similar question to the previous question. How is government planning to handle the increased pressure on students due to NEP 2020? And how are the teachers going to keep up with the students in such pressure? Permission granted to Dia.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. NEP 2020 has already prioritized both academic excellence and counseling the mental health of students through facilitating counseling services, a flexible curriculum, diverse extracurricular activities. The policy aims to reduce anxiety and stress by shifting away focus from rote memorization, high-stakes assessments, and a rigid academic atmosphere while cultivating a vibrant campus life. Also, Madam, through continuous professional development and improving standards, teachers are given certain trainings to help students deal with stress. The policy recommends the establishment of counseling services in all educational institutions to provide students with emotional support and guidance.
Permission granted to Arnie. Teachers can help in improving mental health status of the students by detecting primary signs of mental health concern, making appropriate efforts to help professionals, and also by creating awareness on mental health problems among adolescents. Permission granted to Yoga.
Madam Speaker, I have a deep breach of privilege.
Permission granted.
Ma'am, a serious breach of privilege has been committed by the leading newspaper of Delhi. While commenting on the recommendations of the Public Accounts Committee, the paper has attributed dishonest motives, and I have requested you to allow me a question on that now.
Miss Yoga, have you given me a notice of it earlier? You may give a due notice and I shall consider it.
Speaker, Madam, I have given notice of it 10 a.m. today.
It will be examined when it comes to me and I will let you know my decision.
Thank you, Speaker.
Now I would like to call Education Minister. Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I beg to lay on the table a copy of National Education Policy 2020, a copy of Cabinet Note on the draft National Education Policy 2020, and a Constitution draft on the draft National Education Policy 2020. Thank you. Now I rise to introduce a bill titled the National Education Policy Implementation Bill. The purpose of this bill aims to implement the provisions of National Education Policy 2020, focusing on holistic education, vocational training, and digital learning. The key features of this policy is curriculum reforms, teacher trainings, funding, and now I urge the House to support this bill for a transformative education system. This structure ensures clarity and addresses the bill's significance and objective. Now, I would like the people who are in the favor of this policy say aye. And the people who are against this policy say nay. Now I would like to introduce the legislative bill in Parliament. I call upon Honorable Minister of Education. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have the privilege and honor to present a bill entitled New Education Policy 2020. When shall this bill be read the second time? 2 days hence? Okay, the motion is carried. The bill will be printed and scheduled for further discussion. This format ensures a formal introduction without debate, allowing the bill to be printed for consideration later. Now I would like to conclude by saying, शिक्षा से जीवन खिलता है, शिक्षा से जीवन खिलता है, सपनों का उपवन मिलता है, संस्कार शिक्षा देती है, रोजगार शिक्षा देती है, रोजगार शिक्षा देती है. Thank you.
bensound.com
Good morning, everyone. Now we will move to zero hour. Now we will proceed with question number 301.
Hello. Honorable Speaker Madam and esteemed members of the Parliament. On 13th of December 2023, two intruders named Sagar Sharma and Manoranjan D entered into the Lok Sabha through a public gallery with a gas bomb. Dear Prime Minister, how will you safeguard India when you're not even able to safeguard the Parliament of our own country?
After that misfortune, we have introduced 90% of security and an army of SPG's commando and bomb-proof classes has embedded in Parliament glass.
We will now move to question number 302.
Honorable Speaker Madam and respected members, challenge to internal security of India refers to threats and risks that undermine the stability and security of India. And these challenges can emerge from various ways. And one of them is terrorism. So Ministry of Home Affairs, how do you control this?
Honorable Speaker, there has been tremendous changes in our nation's internal security. Our Indian officers are steadily improving. The rate of terrorism has been very low since 10 years. I repeat, not finished, but very low.
Honorable Speaker Madam, I would like to add...
Maintain the decorum of the Parliament.
I would like to add that suspected Jashn Mohammed on April 22 and attacked an Indian security force base in Jammu city using firearms and hand grenades. One of the officers was killed on spot. I would repeat, on spot, and 10 of them are severely injured. अगर ऐसे ही चलता रहा तो क्या होगा मेरे जवानों के देश के बलिदान का?
In case of deaths that are attributable to military services, a family special pension, which is 60% of the soldier's last pay, is granted. The department allows fund to provide housing grants to the Shi family and the marriage grants for their children. We will now move to question number 303.
Honorable Speaker Madam and the esteemed member of the Parliament. The 2023 composition of the Lok Sabha renews under representation of the renewed Parliament consulting less than 50% of its members. Similarly, disparity is stronger in legend. Assembly state what the ministry say about this.
Honorable Speaker and members of Parliament, women are underrepresented in Lok Sabha and state assemblies due to societal norms, patriarchal structures and due to those political parties who favor male dominance. Additionally, economic barriers, safety concerns and lack of effective gender quotas contribute to this disparity.
What is the ministry's country about? Crime against women and children, shrinking budget and underutilization of low pay and mistreatment of workers and rise in Amelia amongst women and children.
Honorable Madam, the major policy initiatives undertaken by the Ministry in the recent past include universalization of ICDS, establishment of the Commission for Protection of Child Rights and enacted protection of women from the Domestic Violence Act. Okay, now you may sit. We will now discuss an agenda for education, which is National Education Policy 2020. The floor is open for debate. The honorable member from ruling party has the floor.
Respected ma'am and esteemed members of the parliament. It is an honor to stand before you today as we embark on a transformative journey in the realm of education. Our nation's future hinges on the robust foundation we lay for our students, and it is with immense pride that I introduce the National Education Policy 2020. This policy aims to revolutionize our educational framework, preparing us for the challenges of the 21st century. नई शिक्षा नीति नए भारत की नई उम्मीदों की नई आवश्यकताओं की पूर्ति का माध्यम है. The cornerstone of this policy is its student-centric focus. We are moving away from rote learning to a more experiential, critical thinking-based pedagogy. Furthermore, the new education policy emphasizes the importance of foundational literacy and numeracy, recognizing that a strong base in these areas is crucial for all future learning. According to recent data, about 85% of a child's cumulative brain development occurs before the age of 6, highlighting the importance of a well-rounded early education. हमारा उद्देश्य विद्यार्थियों को केवल साक्षर बनाना नहीं, बल्कि उनके व्यक्तित्व का संपूर्ण विकास करना है, उनके व्यक्तित्व का संपूर्ण विकास करना है.
Silence.
By 2030, the policy targets achieving a gross enrollment ratio (GER) of 100% in preschool to secondary level education. By 2025, at least 50% of learners to the school and higher education system shall have exposure to vocational education. Studies show that continuous professional developments for teachers can improve student performance by up to 20%. With the rise of digital learning, it is projected that the Indian EdTech market will grow to $10.4 billion in 2025. The NEP 2020 is not just a policy, but a vision for a new India. It aims to create an education system that is inclusive, flexible, and aligned with global standards, yet deeply rooted in our cultural heritage. हम सब मिलकर इस नीति को सफल बनाएंगे, हम सब मिलकर इस नीति को सफल बनाएंगे और भारत को ज्ञान के क्षेत्र में विश्व गुरु बनाएंगे, भारत को ज्ञान के क्षेत्र में विश्व गुरु बनाएंगे.
Silence.
May I ask a question to Education Minister, please?
Permission granted.
The National Education Policy 2020 aims at providing 100% gross enrollment ratio by 2030. But how will the government address the socio-economic barriers that prevent children from accessing education?
Respected ma'am, we are committed to an inclusive education system and are addressing socio-economic barriers through scholarships, free resources and community engagement programs. By creating a supportive environment and removing financial burdens, we aim to ensure that no child is left behind. हमारे बच्चे हमारे देश का भविष्य है और उन्हें शिक्षित करने के लिए हम हर प्रयास करेंगे.
Honorable Speaker Madam, may I ask a question to Education Minister, please? Permission granted. The new Education Policy 2020 promises a lot but lacks clarity on implementation strategies. How does the government plan to ensure that these ambitious goals are actually achieved?
The Ministry of Education, please.
Respected ma'am, we have a comprehensive implementation strategy that involves state governments, educational institutions and stakeholders. Additionally, we are committed to transparency and will regularly update the public on our progress, inviting constructive feedback to refine our approach. माननीय महोदया, मैं संसद को यह बताना चाहूंगा, हम केवल वादे नहीं परिणाम देने में विश्वास करते हैं, हम केवल वादे नहीं परिणाम देने में विश्वास रखते हैं और यही हमारी प्रतिबद्धता है और यही हमारी प्रतिबद्धता है.
Silence.
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामया, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् प्रभातमवे. Honorable Speaker Madam and esteemed members of Parliament, for not the new education policy, it's National Education Policy, which not just aim to make brain by human but qualities. Our beloved Swami Vivekananda has also aims the same. He also warned that Indian education should be self-reliant. The new national education policy's core values are confidence, conviction, etc. The experience which a human gets after his 2/3 of life. Why wouldn't he get at the schooling years? Whether you are poor or rich, all will treat equally in eyes of education. Daughters of a nation got the right to ensure best kind of education as per their needs. It will not just impact local government school, but universities like Jawaharlal Nehru University and Delhi University. Earlier, our GDP shares 3% education sector, but after this, we will ensure 6% share of GDP in education. Language is just a medium of information, not measure of knowledge. National education policy is the best example of it. At last, but not the least, this will define our future, our upcoming nation. The new national education policy aims for betterment of our dear nation, which is there and there true to the roots.
Honorable Speaker Madam, may I ask a question to the Prime Minister? Permission granted. Sir, as you have said, the rich and the poor will be equally profited. But as per recent search, more number of poor are being illiterate. What are your thoughts on this?
For that, we have started many programs like Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, which will ensure 6 to 14 years should get a free education, and a midday meal scheme which will ensure 1 day of meal in a school, so that will motivate the children to come to the school.
Honorable Speaker Madam, may I ask a question to Prime Minister?
Permission granted.
Our Prime Minister always talks about India as a secular country, but neglects other 21 regional languages when it's come to national education policy. महोदया, ये किस प्रकार का न्याय है?
Prime Minister, please, silence.
Honorable Speaker Madam, we have incorporated 21 regional language open after 5th standard, which the native use of Hindi 8 languages before 5th standard. Student can study in their mother tongue.
Honorable Speaker and esteemed members of the Parliament, it is my privilege to present the budget for the new transformation in the educational sector, which is National Education Policy 2020. This comprehensive framework aims to revolutionize our education system with a special emphasis on holistic development. The finance sector is also looking forward to help as a backbone to our government to complete this goal as soon as possible, and will provide 99,300 crores. I repeat, 99,300 crores in completing the task efficiently, and this will give the wings of fire to the sky of education. Here are some allocations for the new education policy 2020. First is infrastructural development. 8,000 crores have been allocated on improving infrastructure in educational institutions, especially in rural areas, so that no child feels alienated. Second is training and professional development. 12,000 crores are being allocated for the training and professional development of teachers to align with the pedagogical changes. Third is vocational education. 36,000 crores are allocated for integrating vocational education into mainstream education so that the child learns innovatively. We assure you that till 2030, the education system will be at its pinnacle of its power. हमारी सरकार शिक्षा और आर्थिक संयम के लिए प्रतिबद्ध है। उच्च शिक्षा के लिए श्रम एवं वित्तीय प्रयास इसका प्रमाण है।
Order, order.
Honorable Speaker Madam, may I ask a question to the Finance Minister?
Permission granted.
Respected Madam, the government promised to spend 3% of the GDP to the educational sector, but only used 2.5%.
The Ministry of Finance, please.
What mechanisms will be put in place to ensure the transparency and accountability in utilization of funds for NEP 2020?
Ministry of Finance, please.
Honorable Speaker Madam, we will ensure transparency and accountability by detailed financial reports, and will constantly give disclosures to public so that stakeholders are also involved, along with some public dashboards so that we can create a nation where every voice is heard and no one feels alienated. I repeat, we can create a nation where every voice is heard and no one feels alienated.
But what
Silence.
But what about the special emphasis economic development.
By creating
Where it means a special focus on child's social, emotional, physical and mental well-being. What positive reinforcements are you willing to provide?
By creating a safe environment, we provide our students greater autonomy in understanding their personal learning and styles, along with building their confidence to approaching new and unfamiliar tasks.
Honorable Speaker Madam, I would like to quote the following demands from the people of India.
Okay.
Firstly, I would like if you would enhance the regional language support. Secondly, enhance the funding for rural education. Lastly, reduce the fee structure of government schools.
Okay, we will reconsider it and will talk to the nation.
Now, by further discussion by the member of the parliament, the education minister now announced the changes in the motion.
Respected ma'am and ladies and gentlemen, in refining the new education policy 2020, we have incorporated key suggestions from the opposition, including enhanced regional language support and increased funding for rural education. These changes reflect our commitment to an inclusive and effective education system. Together, we will build a brighter future for our students.
Now it's time for motion to flow. Those who agree with the motion say yes. Those who disagree with the motion say no. Since there is a 2/3 majority in the favor of the motion clearly passes. This session is adjourned until 20th August 2020.
माननीय स्पीकर महोदय पधार रहे हैं। Now, I would like to invite our new elected Parliament member, Fatima Mahipurwala, to take the oath.
In which language would you like to take the oath? मैं फातिमा महपुरवाला युवा संसद की सदस्य निर्वाचित हुई हूँ। सत्यनिष्ठा से प्रतिज्ञा करती हूँ कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगी। जिस पद पर मैं निर्वाचित हुई हूँ उस पद की गरिमा को बनाए रखूंगी।
Today our discussion on the NEP. I would like to give floor to the Education Minister.
Honorable Speaker, thank you for giving me the floor for the following minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, NEP, National Education Policy, which is launched by us, let me clear it that education is the cornerstone of our nation's development. And NEP, National Education Policy 2020, has marked a transformative milestone in our journey. So, we have decided to replace 10 plus 2 into 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. That is nursery to second, third to fifth, sixth to eighth and ninth to 12th. We will be only conducting exams in the last year, that is second, fifth, eighth, 10th and 12th. NEP 2020 is a visionary blueprint that emphasizes on revolutionary development of a child's multidisciplinary activities. And it emphasizes on creative thinking, innovation and character building. We are preparing our youth for the challenges of 21st century. And of course, our aim is 100% youth and adult literacy. Motto is educate, encourage and enlighten. Thank you.
Honorable Speaker, may I? Ma'am, how practical is it to conquer ancient Sanskrit
through its corporate jargon in the new world. I mean, how practical. Who needs common sense when you have an education policy?
So, you are telling Indians to forget our branches? We should forget about Sanskrit and just study English? How?
It is important to
This is India, madam. You are in a wrong country. Sorry to say. We will be connected to our roots.
But now who need experience when you have such a brilliant and fascinating degree? Should entrepreneurship be taught in school or it's just a waste of time?
Guys, look who is talking about entrepreneurship, who themselves never worked on it. We are providing our youth skills, policies and support. We are doing it. Don't blame us, ma'am, when you your own self did nothing.
Given the NEET scam, should we actually start preparing our students for bribing and cheating instead of their medical careers? Because scams like these are going to give us doctors like Munna Bhai MBBS.
Honorable Speaker, esteemed members of Parliament, our Finance Minister is here to present this year's transformative vision for our education system under the National Education Policy. Firstly, the overall education budget has been increased from 1.14 lakh crore rupees to 1.20 lakh crore rupees. We are here to make a real impact, starting with a 500 crore increase in the school education department to enhance infrastructure and resources. For higher education, UGC has been given 47,690.77 crore rupees. We believe in making more with less the new standard to prove that accessibility is just nice to have nowadays. The budget for central universities have been drastically increased from 4,000 crores to 15,928 crore rupees. We believe in making bold moves, not baby steps. Additionally, we are introducing 100 new Sainik schools in partnership with NGOs and private institutions to achieve excellence in education. We are also committed to digital inclusion, providing e-content in regional languages and expanding internet access to rural areas. Thank you.
We see government schools increasing with the motto, more buildings and less quality. Don't you feel maximum schools in our country have basically no infrastructure and less quality?
I like your curiosity about our more schools, less quality approach. But listen, we are not just outnumbering classes. We are creating places where children can learn and develop themselves. Quality first means no child is left behind.
As you mentioned about the outnumbering of classes, let's check the budget division between private and government schools.
So you think you can conjure up all the money on education while everyone else tightens up their belt? Because that sounds like a brilliant plan. Someone should definitely write a fairy tale about it.
Look at their audacity, wanting a developed, literate youth, but can't even get their miser self to spend a fraction of the money to the education.
Honorable Speaker, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed delegates and my fellow representatives, it is an honor to stand here. It is an honor to stand here as Minister of Entrepreneurship. We gather here to explore how can we prepare for success in this rapidly evolving world. So, our journey begins with the NEP, which have revamped our educational landscapes. With updated circular and launched new vocational training programs impacting more than 20,000 institutions nationwide. We've also launched new internship schemes that engages 50,000 students, providing them with hands-on experience that bridges the gap between theory and practice. Skill development is another cornerstone of our strategy. The Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana has trained over 15 million youths. The Pradhan Mantri Kaushal...
Wow, another entrepreneurship policy. That's just what we need. Does it really help or it's just a paper heavy way? Does it really help?
Yes, it actually helps. It provides holistic approach and it has a positive approach as well.
Well, the new educational policy ensure...
Speaker, don't you think they are wasting our time, our precious time in this useless discussion?
No, we're not, Dusty.
Honorable Speaker, distinguished members of the press, and fellow delegates, I am the Minister of Women and Child Development. With the changes brought by NEP 2024, we have expanded our ministry to include the main road of education in it, working more closely with other government departments. The robust data has increased the quality of services provided, particularly the Anganwadi services. We encourage multitasking for the improvement and betterment of the children. Our ministry still continue to work towards addressing the issues and creating a more equitable society. Thank you.
Is the ministry's multitasking encouragement truly aiding students' growth or just contributing to their anxiety? Given the alarming 11,396 students under 18 committed suicide due to academic pressure.
Let me clear that. There is no question that our ministry is not doing anything in relation to this. We promote gender equality and we advocate children's rights where they are valued and protected. Also, various counseling sessions and toll-free numbers have been started to guide children and their parents.
Oh really? Parents who can't squeeze in a minute for their own kids will totally rearrange their schedules for counseling sessions. I mean, who needs family time when you can have therapy appointments, right?
Oh really? Let me clear that your argument is a misconception. We promote gender equality and we have started schemes to guide children, and we have provided the POCSO Act which guided for child sexual abuse.
Oh, so according to you, coaching centers are like stress-free vacation spots for kids. Just wondering, do you guys offer a complimentary anxiety package with every enrollment?
I don't really think to answer this question.
Ma'am, I think your questions are based like your own government. That's why we are in favor and you are sitting over there.
Good morning, Honorable Speaker and members of the House. As the Minister of Youth, I am honored to speak on this floor for a few minutes today. With 66% of its population, 808 million being youth, India needs a robust education system for its future growth trajectory. Thus, the Government of India has introduced NEP. It shifts the old system focus from what to think to how to think. Its goal is to nurture rational, compassionate and imaginative individuals. Economically, the NEP promises to increase productivity, growth and reduce unemployment. Socially, it enhances education by allowing students to choose combinations of subjects aligned with their interests and with diverse activities included. For example, science students can now study the ancient and great history of India, potentially leading to new career opportunities. Thank you.
Ma'am, as you mentioned that studies and activities will together take place, I guess that you are not worried about the students who are overworking.
It seems you might have not studied the word mammo. What does the word activity actually mean? Activity means carving out some time for fun, stress relief and picking up some new interesting skills. And let's not forget that refreshing up your mind is very important.
Is that the national education policy emphasizes on education and employment might not be adequately addresses to mental health, growing concerns of mental health, abuse, substances and social media addiction among youth. What do you want to say about it?
Yes, definitely. For me, education is like a magic wand that can erase all your life's problems. Clearly, who needs emotional support or mental health care when you have got a degree? Education, for me, is the ultimate solution for all human problems.
Speaker, may I? Honorable Prime Minister, recognizing the belief that education should be an asset to parents and not a liability, how do you justify that the growing cost is turning this into a financial nightmare? Or is the real plan to make education a luxury rather than a benefit for all?
Honorable Speaker, let me clear the delusion of the opposition party. During our tenure, the central government has introduced many of the provisions and policies for the development of the student. Policies like CSSS, giving a 12,000 initial incentive to a third-year college student and 20,000 to a fourth and fifth-year college student. Dear Speaker, the Pradhan Mantri Uchchatar Shiksha Vikas Yojana, which aims to provide a financial assistance to the meritorious students whose family income is 4.5 lakh per annum. This will help them to meet their day-to-day expenses while pursuing higher degrees. Ma'am, after all these, I don't think that a child becomes a liability for the parents, instead becoming an asset for the nation. Honorable Speaker, while creating the national education policy, we were faced by many of the questions. But one of the most important one was, how do we strengthen the creativity, curiosity and commitment of the student towards their studies? Honorable Speaker, our new world economy is rising, which demands for a higher education and a global standards, because of which a change in the new educational policy is important. Honorable Speaker, because of this, the old curriculum structure of 10 plus 2 is changed to 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4, making our youth a global citizen. But this does not mean that they will lose their connection with their roots. Therefore, the new educational policy implies that till class 5th, all the students will be taught in their vernacular languages. Mahoday, during this session of Parliament, there were also questions raised about including Sanskrit in the new or the modern education system. We are ignoring the practical skills of our system. These opposition leaders are saying directly that Sanskrit, which is the most ancient, the most classical language, is useless when it comes to modern education system. Honorable Speaker, they are filled with the heavy colonial mindset legacy. Let me tell you, Sanskrit is one of the languages which is the root to Hindi and many other Indo-colonial, Indo-European languages. Its phonetics, its grammar helps the students to learn another languages easily. Ma'am, मैं इस देश का प्रधानमंत्री ना अपने राज्य के लिए तड़पता हो, ना अपने कर्म के लिए तड़पता हो, ना स्वर्ग के लिए तड़पता हो, ना मैं अपने पुनर्जन्म के लिए तड़पता हूँ। मैं सिर्फ तड़पता हूँ तो इस देश के युवा और इस देश के पिछड़े हुए भारत को संभालने के लिए। ऑनरेबल प्राइम मिनिस्टर, मैं यही उम्मीद करूंगा कि ये अपोजिशन लीडर की पार्टी हमारे साथ पूरा सहयोग करे ताकि हम न्यू एजुकेशनल पॉलिसी हमारे देश के अंदर इम्प्लीमेंट कर सके और सारे एजुकेशनल बैरियर्स को हटाएं और एक यूथ को, हमारे जो स्टूडेंट है, हमारा एक यूथ को हम हमारे देश के लिए एक असेट बनाएं।
So please give your opinion in yes or no form. जो पक्ष में है वो अपने हाथ खड़े करें. So most of the members are in favor of the policy. Therefore, the NEP is come with accessions in from the next academic year.